All right, we got 2-seat over here in float mode. Right over here, we got the Maverick R. Receiving some updates via the Buds 2 system here on the laptop. Apparently for some sort of update for diagnostic improvements for the transmission. Not sure what that entails.
I don't know, man.
I did do some updates to this machine when we recently got it for the cluster, some other stuff. It got rid of some shifter issues that we were having, but overall, one update, not too bad. I guess they haven't had a lot of changes. So machine should be ready for the Red Bull Sand Scramble this Saturday in Glamis. That's what I'm getting ready for. I do have to do some wiring. I'm actually just finishing up a 4C over here. Some cool stuff on this. Maybe we'll talk about that in a later video. If you guys want me to do build walkarounds, let me know, comment down below. This one we have some doors, cage, bunch of wiring. But anyways, we're trying to get ready for the Red Bull Sand Scramble in Glamis. Choco, the boys, Juan and Abraham are all gonna go. At least that's the plan, and we should be having a good little boy session for the day. So I have a wedding on Friday. Shout out to my brother for getting married. Love you, brother. And then Saturday, I'll be out there at 4 in the morning, you know, driving all the way over there and trying to get some content for you guys. So that should be pretty cool. I wanted to update you guys on Big Blue. It's gonna be a short video. I just want to update you guys on Big Blue because a lot of you guys have been asking, and honestly, I don't have an answer, and we still don't have an answer, but I at least want to be upfront with you guys. Big Blue's still sleeping, and she's sleeping real good. So she's taking a good rest. This machine, obviously, I love this car. I'll probably never sell this machine. I mean, I'd probably sell the Mavar if I had to.
I don't want it.
Not a big deal. I won't feel bad.
So what?
But this machine, just so much time and effort I put into this machine, and selling it I would have a heavy heart doing that. So the X3 Big Blue, such a beast. I love this machine. As you guys know, we did the dual sport lower shock mount arms from HCR on this. I recently swapped out the upper arms. They had to redesign the arm, and there was nothing really wrong with my old set or my old upper arm, but they redesigned it. So honestly, never had any issues. I know a couple guys that still run the older arm and they still don't have issues either. I'm not sure what that was all about, but we did swap that arm on. We also replaced a right front axle that I didn't realize was broken. Actually, the CV was pretty toast. The splines were all shredded. Don't know how that really happened, but I don't think it's the power. Normally, you know, when I launch it hard, it's in two-wheel drive, and in the dunes, I don't remember hitting anything hard. So definitely not sure why the axle was bad, but we swapped that axle out. I also did do some cleanup back here. Obviously, the engine is still out of it. It's sitting on the shelf over there in pieces. I started just cleaning up some of the wiring and just getting it ready. I pressure washed it, got all the oils that were on the skid plate out. We went through the harness a little bit just to make sure there was no, you know, wiring that was peeling, and, you know, not gonna be any issues like broken connectors or anything like that. And then I replaced this plate with a ZRP one, put some new silicone on that. We got this new Ibex brace here. Basically, the thing's ready for a engine install, and that's my problem right now. So we haven't actually got the engine fixed for Big Blue. I wanted to turn it up. I have all the parts with the exception of a stator kit that I let my buddy have, and he's giving me a replacement. Besides that, I have a motor there and I can put it back to exactly how it was stock. But honestly, at this point, whether I turn up the boost or not, I kind of want it to be more reliable. So we are gonna do internals, and we are gonna do a couple other bits and bobs here for reliability concerns. But the thing is, I'm in the middle of some expenses here, so we're gonna wait on the engine for quite some time. It isn't expensive to do some of these things.
You're broke! You're fucking poor!
Even though I'll do it myself, the parts aren't cheap. And then like some of the machining, like for the crank, bouncing the crank, and, you know, resurfacing the head, all that stuff, it isn't cheap exactly. So I'm kind of staying away from the machine until I have the lump sum ready to spend on. So I haven't really spent a lot of money on the Mavar either, mainly just the cage for safety. I do want to be able to use the machine just wherever I go without having issues with safety, because the stock cage is incredibly light, which in turns could be incredibly weak. So I'm glad I did replace at least that. That's the status with Big Blue. I don't have the engine ready. Everything else is cleaned up and ready to go. I do have some fenders that have been peeling. We gotta take it back to my paint guy, as well as this piece here. So this was crushing. And what this is when we first, you know, decided to redo this machine in paint for the Sand Show, not last year, but the year before. I think, yeah, so about 2 years ago, almost a year and a half. I bought this panel here and the two rear fenders new, and the cheapest ones out are actually the white ones because they're unpainted, and it just looks like he didn't sand the white paint, or excuse me, the white plastic part. So this panel and the fenders both are peeling, and as like I said, it doesn't look like he sanded very well. Hopefully this won't happen to any other panel. I kind of doubt it because the rest of them are plastic, and usually on plastic they put like some sort of epoxy primer first, so those should be good. But yeah, unfortunately those are going to be sent out to get repainted. We got T-Clan Fab. They're making me a new set of bed deletes. So you know, I run a bed delete on Stormtrooper. On this one we're going to run a T-Clan Fab one because it's gonna hold the fenders in place. Apart from that, I still want bed storage, but I don't see the purpose of having the whole bed when I have the TMW rack. So the TMW rack, the bed rack, where is it at? It's down there. We're gonna make some sort of brace, and we're actually gonna sit it on top, and it's all gonna be kind of like skeletonized. So we're just gonna get rid of basically the factory bed and do a very simple bed delete. Everything's gonna be a lot more breathable, kind of get all the hot air out, and basically, you know, just make it, I don't know, a little bit more Dooner-ish. I don't know. This machine doesn't really carry a lot of stuff in the back. I never really carry a spare. I never really carry anything but some tools and a spare belt to change, you know, stuff on the trail. If we get a flat, we kind of just wing it, and the rim gets destroyed, and we make it back to camp somehow. So the only other thing that we will be changing on this is we are getting rid of the SMB particle separator. I, for a long time, already knew that it kind of hinders the performance, especially when you put a big turbo. But I was kind of, you know, it was worth a trade-off for me just because I wanted to not have to clean the filter so often. But I just realized, big deal, we'll clean the freaking filter. So we're gonna run Evo Power Sports cold air intake. So that'll be pretty cool. So we're gonna do the cold air intake from Evo, and it'll be a lot cleaner, less stuff in the way, a lot simpler to maintain, and just a lot less stuff and clutter around in this area. And I'll still be able to run all the, you know, stock what do you call this, freaking plumbing here for the clutch housing, so I can still run a clutch cover. So all that will still be good. It will just be a cold air intake sitting on top, so no biggie. And then other than that, I mean, the machine just needs an engine. It's all good to go. Suspension's on point, you know, interior's on point. I did add a GPS the other day. A customer flaked out on this GPS system, and I decided to keep it for myself, and there it is. Well, what's great about the Garmin is you can pretty much take it off and then run it somewhere else. So that's what we'll do. We'll run it in Big Blue when we're using Big Blue. And then I'm trying to figure out a Maverick R mount. Not sure where, and this is finished updating, so we'll restart that. I'm not sure where to put a mount for this GPS system on the Maverick R. I've seen guys do the, you know, the device holder here that kind of goes this way, and that's probably going to be the option I go with, unless Chris from Stay Flush comes out with something different, maybe a mount that grabs onto this and is a little bit more solid, because there is two pretty big bolts here you could probably use, but I'm not sure. I don't think he's really gave it too much thought, so maybe we will do the OEM stuff. It kind of sucks that you have a big giant screen here that the GPS doesn't work that great, so now I gotta add another screen. I wish it was all on one, but unfortunately it's not. And the device holder that BRP makes, it's not bad. I'm not sure I like that look. It's kind of like double screen. It just looks funky, so I'm not sure. Maybe I will end up with that. I wish someone would come out with a mount that maybe grabbed onto the handle or something and was more fixed, but I don't know. In the perfect world, it would be part of that, but it's not. So, and you can't really mount it anywhere else, because either way it's gonna look goofy. If I put it up here, if I put it on that side, it's just gonna look funky. So, and it looks like the update's just about done. I was thinking maybe, you know, the speed and the RPMs and the freaking everything's on here already on this screen, so maybe we could put it right here, but then I don't know, the steering wheel just blocks everything. Honestly, this would look better over here, and then you put a GPS, real GPS right there. But sometimes you just can't have it the way you want it. It is what it is. RPM parts for this machine, I was supposed to make a video, and I will soon. It just isn't gonna be till after this Glamis trip. So I got my Cat Delete just sitting here chilling. I got the sport muffler sitting over there, as well as a bunch of silicone, like a ton. But like I said, I just haven't got around to get into install it. I've got other machines to work on, you know, so here it is. Bunch of silicone everywhere. And it is what it is. We'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this update video. If you guys want more update videos like this, just comment down below and let me know. GLifeUTV.com for all your parts needs, and StayDirtyClothing.com for all your merchandise, shirts, coffee mugs. We got enamel pins now. We got all sorts of things. So come and support the channel by visiting those 2 links in the description down below. See you guys in the next video.